pop, sizzle. Your fucking computer don't work.
Don't say that. I spent a lot of money on that computer. Better
Oh my
work.
God. Okay, now it's
That's just not true.
good evening, all three of you. This is Alan Moore's Porch. Just a friendly warning. The following podcast contains harsh language not suitable for all ages. The opinions contained herein do not reflect the opinions of Geekopolis, its owners, workers, or customers. Now with all that bullshit out of the way, let's get started. I bring to you the only man who single-handedly collected belly button lint for a whole year to make a model replica of the Starship Enterprise, Mr. Justin Partridge. Taking a picture with the audience.
Awesome. That was an opportunity I couldn't pass up.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. This yet another installment of Alan Moore's Porch. With me, as always, as my stalwart companion, Matt Turner. How you doing, Matt?
Good.
It's a good show. It's going to be a good show.
It's going to be
a good show.
You know what? I have a feeling it's going to be our best show.
Let's just say, let's just go with that. It's going to be a greatest show ever.
People are going to look back at this and think, I really wish
we miss history. We're going to solve racism. We're going to solve everything. The world's problems are going to be laid out on a buffet for us to feast. I didn't really. There was something I wanted to talk about at the very top of the show. Ender's Game apparently is a hit. The movie. I
literally just saw Harrison Ford in a
movie
speed suit.
Ender's
yelling at a child. That's the movie I'm in.
Playing Commander McGruffson. No, it's a big hit now.
Is it based on a book? It's based on a book.
It's based on a book that was written by a vehement bigot. Orson Scott Card is a card-carrying hater of the gays. So much so that he actively gives money to anti-gay
propaganda.
And I started to think there was supposed to be this big boycott. Where was the boycott? There was supposed to be this giant boycott. Everything I heard about this movie was that it just we gotta boycott it. We can't give him money. We can't he's just there with giant Scrooge McDuck bags for all the money that they're trucking over to his house. But I don't know where I was going with this. I just wanted to talk about that stupid movie at the beginning of the show.
We don't know either.
And just because, thanks. Going into our intros, our partners in podcast, Off Topical Pod. You can find them at Off Topical Pod on Twitter, also at Off Topical Facebook.com/Off Topical. I don't think they've got a new episode up yet, but they should pretty soon. Two Comic Nerds. You can also find them at 2 Comic Nerds on Twitter and on Facebook. At 2 Comic Nerds. BetweenThePanels.com, a lovely site that I work for. You can find them at BTPcast.com, also on Facebook, Facebook.com/BetweenThePanels. And, oh God, I'm burping so much. I feel like
too much bullshit.
I know, I feel like Dom DeLuise. I'm just constantly just wheezing and
you want
burping.
Me to hit you in the pie with a? You want me to hit you in the crotch with a pie?
With a pie. It's Between the Panels. My big news though. I have a big announcement.
You're pregnant.
Yes, and you're the father. Dun dun dun. Now I want to make that a serialized.
Find out next week if I stab him with a coat hanger.
We do. Hey, don't you need to go in the garage, honey?
You want to go to kickboxing lessons?
My big announcement is that I am a legitimate newsman. I was dabbling in it. But thank you.
Sound of one hand clapping.
You hear they've been paid in sandwiches. They're just the bums that on the street that we've got him. I'm a legitimate newsman now. I work for a lovely site now called Newsarama.com as part of their Best Shots panel. It's every week. I call books to review, and every Wednesday, Thursday, and Monday. If you go to Newsarama.com right now and click on the Best Shots crew, you can see a couple of my reviews. Today I just posted a review of Mighty Avengers number 3 and a scathing review of Superman Unchained number 4. Spoiler alert, it's a really shitty comic book. Okay, going into our next segment, our offerings to the Snake God. We're gonna make these tight. That was a note that we got last time. These got to be tight. They got to pop. So if you'll give me a little bit of music, I will bust through these super quick.
I will give you music. Let's see here.
I'm also giving myself a time limit. The length of this song is the amount that I have. Just you're gonna turn it up a little bit on the F keys there to a little. Okay, so going into our offerings to the Snake God, number 1 is Sleepy Hollow, the show that just premiered on Fox. It looked like a shitty show, like a really really shitty show. It's really good. Like it's surprisingly good. It's a great show. A new podcast just debuted a couple of weeks ago. They're 2 episodes in. The Badass Digest podcast. BadassDigest.com now has a podcast with Badass in Chief Devin Faraci and one of my favorite smartasses, Evan Sathoff, aka Sam Strange, is the co-host of the show. It's a hilarious podcast. You can go to their website and download it. It's not on iTunes quite yet, but it will be soon. To this week's releases that are of note.
5.
What?
You got 5.
I have what?
You have 5 mentions. I'm limiting you.
Limited? Yeah. 1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5. Holy shit! I actually do have 5.
Hey, there
that's
we go.
That's co-hosting, sir. Trillium number 4 just got released by Jeff Lemire. He wrote it and also did the artwork. Fantastic Vertigo series. You need to pick it up. Amazing X-Men number 1 just premiered on the shelves today. The resurrection of Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler, who's been dead since 2008, 2009. The Second Coming event. He was killed. It was very sad. Jason Aaron has taken upon himself to resurrect one of my favorite X-Men, Nightcrawler. Captain Marvel number 17. Captain Marvel 17 is the last issue of the Volume 1 of the Carol Danvers saga of Captain Marvel, written by Kelly Sue DeConnick. I can't remember who did the artwork, but it's the cover is one of my favorite covers because it's the Carol Corpse issue of the series, which will end and then start over with the number 1 next year. God is Dead number 3 just got released today by Jonathan Hickman and Mike Costa. A really fun series about what would happen if the gods of old came back to the Earth and decided that the Earth was found wanting. So we have the zoo, we have the Greek pantheon, the Roman pantheon,
all of them,
the Egyptian gods. They all
Okay.
formed a big triumvirate, and they're just going to war on the Earth. It's amazing. And after the aforementioned Mighty Avengers number 3 by Al Ewing, art by Greg Land. This comic book made me cry. I'm not gonna.
What is it again?
Mighty Avengers number 3.
Oh, I think I saw your back and forth with somebody.
Yeah.
That.
It made me cry big manly tears. Now I'm
that's right.
done. That's all. I got 5.
All right,
Snapping
cool.
through there. We still got time and blind, don't we?
Yeah, we're. I'll talk about mine. I've only got 2. I figured I can do cartoons and music.
All right.
That's all I do is listen to cartoons or watch cartoons. Steven Universe just came out. I was talking to you about it before the show. I actually wrote my 2 offerings before they were actually available or seen by human eyes. But before they were
like
released,
you're in the know.
I was like, I know that these are going to be good, so I'm just going to go ahead and Steven Universe was actually really, really good.
What's Steven Universe about? I don't even know what it's about.
It's about this group of warriors. It's 3 women warriors. And there was a 4th one, but then she died and sacrificed herself to give birth to her son, who's Steven, and he's just this pudgy little boy, and he's got this big, ruby right in the center of his belly.
This sounds bananas.
Is he a troll?
No.
That sounds insane. Yeah, it's very troll-like.
No, he's like, all of them have, gems. Like, they're the crystal gems. They're called crystal
Gotcha.
gems. and he's just got this star right in the middle of his belly, and he doesn't know how to use his power yet. So they're trying to teach him how to use his power.
Right on.
But there's no like ostracizing or like there's not an asshole character. Like it's just a genuinely nice.
Nice.
And the animation's really amazing.
It's from one of the people who gave Adventure Time, right?
One of the people
Right
that made that. And the album I was going to mention is Cut Copy. Cut Copy has a new album.
Oh, nice. The Mouthful of Diamonds.
I have not.
People?
I have not listened to it. But I suggest it wholeheartedly.
I want to get the new Arcade Fire album, but yeah, somebody is taking. All right, so that's our offering to the Snake Guard. You cool it, lady. I will clear this courtroom. I will get all of these people out on the sidewalk, and it wouldn't take me long. All right, that was good. That's tight. That's we're taking notes. We're not inflexible. We'll change our show to suit the needs of our non-existent audience.
Hey, what?
Tonight's all about the. You guys are ghosts. Like I don't really see it. You're just translucent.
We did okay. Well, I was gonna say we did have one come in after we started, and that
applaud. Thank you. We really.
That feels like validation.
That affirms us as human beings.
These people aren't. This is the one guy that's not directly related to one of us. Came of his own volition. We don't have
our show tonight. We figured we'd get a lot of traction with this topic. We just the first person that we thought of whenever it came to this topic was our good friend, one of my favorite people that I've ever met in my life, Defender of the Week, a veteran of psychic wars and foreign wars alike, Mr. Jon Hartman. Please come to the stage, Jon Hartman.
You're getting up early, son.
Yeah. We're bringing you up immediately.
Yeah.
Bring that in.
How you doing, sir?
John, how are you doing?
I do that. I'm
good. How are you?
Oh gosh. So tonight, the reason we wanted to have you on the show is because we're talking about the concept of what does it mean to be a true fan. And the reason that we wanted to talk to you is because I consider you very much a fan of a lot of geeky shit. Like you started out kind of hesitant, but then you've thrown yourself in kind of feet first, very vehemently into some a culture that you didn't really understand or kind of. Is that fair to say?
Yeah. You know, for all the 7 people that listened to the last episode I was on, that it started Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, and it's a hell of a place to start as Battlestar.
I love
it. But that when people look at you, they might say, "Oh, that guy's not a true fan."
Those people can go fuck themselves.
And that's what we're going to talk about. That's exactly what we're going to talk about tonight.
We're going to pull some people over the fire.
It just because yeah, we're at 1. Apparently there was somebody in our audience last time that kept a running tally of how many times we say fuck, and last episode's count was 63. We can clear it.
Just you.
I think it was just me. We can clear that. I think I can clear that.
Yeah.
It's nice to have goals. But like this is something that I've ran. I'm sorry. I'll find it.
He did it. Although he did it when we were in a trailer too.
Yeah, so that's just how I talk.
He's just a nervous Nelly.
Go fuck yourselves, all of you. This is something I've run into from the very beginning of my of me getting into geekdom. This is something that I think everybody at some point comes in contact with, because there's such a sense that the stuff that you love and the stuff that means a lot to you only means a great deal to you.
It's only that way for you.
Yes, it's very
personal.
Because being a lot of times being a geek or being somebody that collects comics or plays tabletop games or reads hard sci-fi or watches anime or something like that, it's a very singular experience.
Or jerks off in Hostel too. Yeah.
Have you talked about that? I know that might be a little bit of wool gathering, but I still think it's a funny story. But no, like it's a very singular experience. It's something that you you alone love and kind of retreat into. So when it starts to become widespread, like geekdom is now, there's always an inevitable pushback from a lot of the so-called diehard fans. Like, have you experienced anything?
I don't know. I haven't
like
encountered
that?
anybody that was dickish enough to say they're a diehard fan, and I'm not, because I haven't read every issue of Superman since the issue of Superman.
You do look like you
But-
could kill somebody.
And, yeah. Also, that's
Well,
the thing.
yeah.
You're very thick. Like, no one's gonna step to you. Yeah. No one's gonna step to you and say, like, trying to quiz you on the minutia of a bunch of shit.
But you haven't had any.
Okay, fair enough. I will say, since my introduction into this wonderful world of geekdom, is that fair? Geekdom?
Yeah, no, that's
Geekdom.
good. Yeah, that's
Everyone's just been. I have to admire their "I don't give a shit" attitude.
That's
why I like
fairly
them.
apathetic.
They rarely bitch and moan about anything.
That's
in
always
particular, and
yeah.
That's why I get along with
There's a
y'all.
double-edged sword about a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff like that, because, like you said, more often than not, it's just become the fact that we don't care. We love we love the stuff that we love, and everybody else can go fuck themselves. But there's a hallelujah. There's always going to be a comic book guy. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
There's always going to be the one guy or the group of people that really tries to rake you over the coals. And I came up with a term for them. These gatekeepers. These are the people that have appointed themselves the de facto
Judge
managers
Judy
of what is loved and what can be loved.
And what you're allowed, who's allowed in.
To them, I say, take a lesson from these guys, and instead of pontificating to these people, why don't you introduce people to this genre?
Yeah, that's what that's the one thing that I always come back to is
And
that
you're
there's.
enjoying the shit out of it, aren't you? You were telling me you just like that I ask questions.
I do. I really do. I enjoy the give and take of stuff like that. I don't really see the point of just standing there with your arms folded, saying like, you're not cool enough for this. You're not like no. I'm sorry, buddy. For our podcast audience, he literally had his arms folded. He was like shit. And, but no, I don't see the point of, because it that benefits no one. And I also think it's because that when I first started reading comic books, I ran into so many people that would just constantly bust my balls for the stuff that I haven't read, the stuff that I didn't know, and.
Well, how can you read everything? It's such a competitive industry.
It's impossible to try to read all of that
But
shit.
that's what makes it great, is the competition.
And I actually had a thing where like you can go like in this modern age, you can literally go from a new fan to a true fan like overnight with the internet. Like you can devour volumes of information and pull yourself up on not on par, but at least in the same field.
Before we go any further, I want to get a solid definition of what both of you think are what defines a true fan. What makes somebody a true fan? Is it somebody who's been reading since the 50s, or is it somebody who can quote even the slightest team change in a book? Like what does that mean to you?
A fan is anyone who is entertained by this industry and promotes it by buying all their crap.
has a passion for it.
I don't know if you have to have a passion for
Well,
it.
I mean,
Okay.
You be
not
entertained by
even
it.
in it, because there's difference between passion and zealotry.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Very much so.
There's some people that like oh hey, I heard a new Captain America comics out. I'm gonna go pick it up. And there's one person. There's other people that like, I've got to get every single comic that was printed by Ed Brubaker tonight, or I'm gonna have to drown my kid in the bathtub. I gotta make sure
God
that
damn,
these comics are in my box.
That's a
They
Brubaker
gotta be
fan.
back.
Like, that's
They gotta be back, and they gotta be boarded by midnight, or something's gonna melt. But
so okay, going forward from that, like with these gatekeepers, like is the idea to, because like with every favorite thing that you've ever had, there's always been a moment where it gets discovered by someone else, or it gets discovered by the culture at large, and it loses a bit of its luster. Like there's always that moment where you've got this thing, and it's your thing, and you keep it in your pocket, and you listen to it when you keep it when you're down. It's always there for you, and it's your thing. And then someone else starts to get the same emotional response from it as you, does this lessen it anymore? Does this...
No.
This is getting deep.
No, I don't think so because
we got some traction on this motherfucker. Like we're solving problems here tonight.
Because like when I went to like the original, like the first Dark Knight movie, Batman Begins, it didn't have as much power behind it as because it came out and it was popular,
It's
but
Batman
it didn't.
Forever. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, legacies are legacies.
That's the bar.
I mean, you either cut the mustard or you don't.
Batman Forever. Holy shit!
But
nice to meet you. Like, did you see that supercut that's just like
Forever was the Val Kilmer.
It's Forever.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, it's a Val Kilmer.
That's not. That's
Batman and Robin is the one where
Robin's George Clooney.
No, Batman Forever.
George Clooney likes to pretend that he didn't do that. Movie.
Batman Forever is the one.
He does. He openly admits that he's like, I wasn't in that movie. I got the.
He will cop to all of the the Charles in Charge episodes that he did, but he's not gonna.
He'll knuckle up to all the Roseanne the Roseanne shows he was on. I was like, I was a regular on that show. Like, he's like, weren't you in that Batman movie?
Nope, didn't. Wasn't me.
That was my brother Chet.
Chip Hitler.
But no, like, and then when the Dark Knight came out, and Pretty Boy Ledger was in it. No. You went into the I went into the theater on opening night at midnight. I was at the midnight release, and there was a lot of teeny boppers wearing Joker shirts and just.
I mean, that happens. Yeah, there's something, and that's I think one of the most recent examples is the Avengers. A lot of people like on Tumblr and on Twitter and on the internet really responded to the Avengers, not only because it's a cast full of like really beautiful people, and like they're all really pretty. Like it's unfair. Like every single one of them are just fucking gorgeous. Like they're grown in a lab or something. But like they respond to it, but then once again there's that pushback. There's this sudden influx of fans, and now there's like 1 in 8 dickholes that come into this shop will see a girl or see somebody like reading an Avengers comic and be like, oh, you don't even, you're just reading it because of the movies. Well, of course I'm reading it because of the movies, because the movies enticed an interest in them, and they want to get more into it. Like, I don't see how that's a problem.
I don't know. Like, well, let's okay. So,
like, what I'm getting at is it just
movies are advertisement for the genre in a whole.
Yeah,
that encourages people to go out and buy more of their stuff.
Yeah,
but has it become more of like a culture of exclusion? Has it become like this?
If it has, I haven't met those people.
Yeah, well, and that's
you're so goddamn lucky that again you'll knuckle up. We get stuffed in lockers and shit. Like
I think this is
you get bought a beer.
You're a little bit more public about it.
I think
you write on the internet and for a number of different agencies.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll take that.
But like I was gonna say, because I mean I've experienced it to a lesser extent, and I like the kind of especially like comic shop like here at Geekopolis in Wichita Falls.
The number one spot for tabletop gaming, for monthly comic books. Come on down, Midwestern Parkway, right behind Five Guys.
All your
Geekopolis.
Add to our fuck total.
Better than Galaxy.
So I was like, this is what I like in a shop. I like for people to be interested in me, to show interest, and then immediately not care.
Well, hang on. How so?
They're like, hey, do you need any help? No, I'm just looking around. Good. I'm going to ignore you for the rest of the time.
Unless you ask me a direct question.
Unless you need me, I'm just going to stand over here. So I've gotten the one over by the base.
Yeah.
I've gotten Eyes.
God damn it, that guy's an asshole.
But
a lot of people that go there are assholes too.
And this is the first time I ever encountered something like that was at Wizards. Wizards of the West Coast, or
Yeah, Wizards of the Coast, the
Wizards
the
of the
magic
I was trying
guys.
to think of the thing.
Yeah.
It's just called Wizards, but it's a full name.
Not the Ralph Bashki movie.
Yeah, the insane.
I gotta ask. I'm not cutting you off.
No, you're fine.
Did something bring this on? I know you've got a lot of different articles out there over a number of different things, but did something provoke this? Like, did some asshole just rake you over the coals for something said?
It's been something that's kind of been.
Well, and I was going to say Tumblr.
Tumblr is a big part of it because like it seems like there's the
if you like anything the wrong way.
And I read one of the things I wrote down is the illusion of inclusion. It's this
Look at you.
Yeah, it's this.
Big
I know.
words.
Yeah. I'm like Henry Longfellow. I forgot the last name. But no, there's been a big influx recently of
Thoreau.
Thank you. There's
Henry David Thoreau. What was Longfellow?
I don't know. These are rabbit holes we don't need to explore at this point. There'll be 20 minutes.
Poets and prose of the
20 minutes of the
18th
episode.
century.
Yeah, I'll take that for 800, Alex. But it's been a long time coming. It's something that I've wanted to discuss with people that I respect, just mainly because when I try to have an open dialogue about a lot of the stuff that I want to talk about on certain he's taking out his dick. He's taking out his dick. Just like the rest of the conversation, just like and you just had your dick in your hand, like Bill. It's just it's about the point.
Casual cock.
But it's been a long time coming because of this illusion of inclusion that I've felt on Tumblr, and plus there's been a huge groundswell of now people are starting to be less silent about the rampant misogyny that happens within the comic book world.
We agree not to bring up misogyny in this episode.
In this episode, I don't remember.
It's gonna get real.
But no, just like there's a lot of stuff that people aren't talking about within.
We've all got very violent.
No, we're not. I'm not trying.
Things were not regretted. Not one fucking word.
More whiskey was take. Court dates forgotten, and then the cycle repeats again.
I did come to this one sober.
But no, there's a lot. There is a lot of things within fandom at large that people aren't talking about. Like it seems like there are certain things that if you do say, you become blacklisted. You become the guy you become the whistleblower. You become the person that's sitting in the corner by themselves because you said something, and that's starting to kind of
piss you off?
No, it's starting to kind of become less of a thing because people are now with the internet are using the same thing that is shooting them in the foot to shoot other people in the foot. And yeah, it's recently there have been a couple, like a couple months ago, I got told that I love rape because I bought a Spider-Man comic.
Huh.
Like that's a direct quote. I love rape. I love people getting raped. I love what happens to rape victims for a Spider-Man comic. I bought a Spider-Man comic.
All of what you just said is going to be taken out of context, and then they're going to quote Justin Parker.
It's just going to be defamer's going to
all the violence that happens to women during a rape. He's a pig. He's a violent, psychopathic
subpar comic strip blasts rape victims.
Justin's better half over here is begging him to stop.
But it's just like there's something.
You're date a rapist.
There's something about just like the soapboxing just to soapbox, just to have something to stand on and scream.
It's popular to be a contrarian these days. It's popular to be a contrarian.
But it's benefiting no one. It's just like
it's benefiting themselves. They're egotists.
Really? Do you think so?
Really?
Are you
kidding
me?
They get off on that
See,
crap.
I don't think I never once have I gone into a comment section and been like, I've
gotten into arguments where I've found out that my opinion does not matter because I am both white and a male.
And that's ridiculous. Like it's absolutely ridiculous.
I've been openly told, they were like, because I got into this conversation with these people on Twitter, and it ended up with saying, I was like, oh, because it was on race,
mm-hmm.
and I was like, because I'm a white male, a white middle class male, my opinion is completely invalid. And they were like, basically.
Well, I'm out. You know?
I was like, okay. I was like, just so we know where I am.
But it seems like now that the sense of elitism has now taken the place of being a fan. Does that make any sense? And just like now that these people have put themselves up above everyone else, that their opinion is the only one that matters, and it's the only one that should be listened to. And anyone else is just a racist, a misogynist. Right. It's you're showing your privilege. You're showing like it's.
To reiterate the point, the counter argument is go fuck yourself.
I
say again and again and again, go fuck yourself.
That's Hartman's running for mayor of our town pretty soon, and that's going to be his platform.
That's going to be his platform.
Fuck yourself.
But I think though that the I think Tumblr has jaded my mind, because I think that all the time. I'm like, why are so many women hating me because I have a penis? Or why are so many POC hating me because I'm white?
Mm-hmm.
And then I think, oh, that's just because everybody on Tumblr is crazy oversensitive.
Yeah. Very, very much so.
So I once I accepted that, I lived a happier life, because I go into comic shops, I go into these places, and I'm kind of like, I kind of see where that doesn't happen a lot. I mean, I think the weirdos that are kind of like, you don't belong here, are more like they're reclusing into their cave because there's too many people in the marketplace now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So they don't want to, they're agoraphobic, and they don't want to be around people. They could come to a comic book shop and meet other agoraphobes, and they were cool with them. But now
no one has to make eye contact. They're just shuffling around.
Yeah, like piss-stained sweats. They're just muttering around.
Forbes Anonymous meetings.
But now that there's an influx in the kind of subculture, now they can't. They have to stay inside, and they can just go onto things from another world and get it sent to their house.
Is that why our audience has shrunk a little bit?
Agoraphobes?
Too many gloraphobes?
Gloraphobes? Because that just seems like people that love going to glory holes. Like they're just
I'm a gloraphobe.
Guilty. But like there's also it's a hard word to say. It's a very hard word to say. And glory hole is just fun to say.
Well,
again, go fuck yourself.
A gloryphobe could be a glorified agoraphobe.
That's a wordplay joke for you kids. This episode brought to you by Syntax. But there's also like the weird part about this entire conversation is that
I like that we've got a weird.
There have been several. This is only the one that I'm going to plant a flag about. It seems like for the longest time there was always this inherent need and desire for people that loved the things that they loved to be accepted and to be seen for the things that they love. And now that there is a wider subculture, there is a wider acceptance of subcultures. Mm-hmm. Now it's like it's vampires getting hit with sunlight. Like they immediately retract and start to hiss, and they have no idea what to do with the thing that they wanted so desperately. Like is it just a self-defeating attitude? Is this something that you're going to have to deal with, or
natural desire to be unique? I don't know.
That actually makes sense. That makes a hell of a lot of sense. It's just the fact that now that the thing that they thought they were unique about is now not as unique, they have to twist themselves to kind of be the personality that they want to be. I never thought of it that way.
Yeah, but here's your spoiler alert. There's almost 7 billion people on the planet. Someone likes the same thing you like. You're just gonna have to get over it.
Right? You like peeing on fully clothed women? Sometimes. There's a whole website dedicated to it. Trust me, I know.
I get PayPal.
Spoiler alert: they're German.
Yeah, it's like the rule. Is it rule 63 or whatever you love? There's a porn devoted to just that.
To just that.
But no,
if you want that, go to Baltimore. They got a strip club for every genre.
What genre of strip clubs?
You like chicks with no teeth? They got them. Chicks with no arms.
What?
Old chicks.
Thank you, Baltimore.
We are in the God bless Baltimore for being those pioneers.
As an 18-year-old with a bunch of cash living in Baltimore, what else are you gonna do? Go to strip clubs.
Yeah.
That's just what
That's what I did when I was
Now I
18.
just see Baltimore is nothing but
There's a neighbor.
It's like a baseball stadium and nothing but strip clubs.
John Waters scenes and
I forgot that it's all the John Waters movies are
There's
in
always
Baltimore.
people out on the
Maryland.
street,
I
like
love
some
Maryland.
really old black guys. Hey guys, you soldiers want to come in? You want to come see some ladies? You go inside and chicks don't have any arms.
Oh my god!
How do they grind the
Just
pole?
angrily marching up and down the stage to Cherry Pie.
I told you.
just grimacing. Ah!
I told you.
Give me a dollar!
I told you about that one out at Beavers or whatever it's called. The one.
No.
There was. I went to one at the fully nude bar outside of town. I went to that years ago. I think it's fucking closed now. But I went out there when it was still open. Babes,
yeah.
And there was a girl on stage that I swear to God, she had my sister's glasses from the 3rd grade. They were like this big, and she was fully nude, just dancing, and I was like, that is weird. and then this 40-year-old stripper came down, and she was like, how you boys doing? And my friend was like, good. He had a cap on. She took off his cap, rubbed her snooter on it.
Yeah. Snooter!
And then put it right back on his head.
Snooter!
And he left. He's like, I'm gonna have to burn this hat.
It's like the first time I ever went to a strip club. It was I remember for 2 reasons. One, it was the night we killed no, it was the night we killed Saddam Hussein. It was the night we killed Saddam Hussein because I went to take a piss, and then they had the TVs over the urinals, and they were all on CNN, and they were showing the blurry, the blurry cell phone footage of him being hung. So I was like, oh, that's a thing. And so then the second reason I remember this, and it was the most horrifying thing that ever happened to me. The guy that I was with is one of those dudes that loves strip clubs. Like, they all know his name. He comes there all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's he fucking eats there. That's how much he loves strip clubs. And like
They have good food, man.
Bullshit, they do. No,
Got a little
no. I am not gonna eat shrimp cocktail anywhere in or around the vicinity of pubic hair.
Smells the same.
Are you?
Smells the same. You go into a casino on crab night and tell me you don't think that is the first of the month on red light.
I don't know whether to make a tuna melt or give that bitch a 20.
After this, you're almost obligated to have a woman on as your next guest, just to.
I think so.
Clear.
Yeah, just to be like, it's just gonna be an hour of just us going, we're sorry. We're so sorry. We're so sorry.
The VP commercial on
We're
South
sorry. But no, hung Saddam Hussein, went outside, told the guy, hey, we hung Saddam Hussein. He's like, yeah, fuck yeah, round of drinks for everybody, blah, blah. And a girl came over and was like dancing around, and she was, and I don't know how to
I have
handle
no
this.
money.
I don't know. I'm just like,
Thank
thank you very much. You're very skilled. I'm sure your dance teacher is very proud. And she took it wasn't these glasses. Thank God.
Your stepdad's right. You are attractive.
She took my glasses off. Folded them up, and I'm like, I need those. And like, as soon as I said the word knee, she had been rubbing them on her nipples and on her snooter. Snooter. That's now the blanket term. No other synonym for that is going to work other than that. Oh Jesus God, we spent 20 minutes talking about this.
I told you we were going to go off on a
God
rail.
damn it!
I don't care. This is what this show's about.
I'm gonna turn into this skit, and do you feel responsible to be a better fan?
No.
Really?
I don't owe anybody anything.
Really?
I'm not gonna ostracise
This is
people.
why I like
I'm not
geek people. They don't give a shit.
You plant your own flag.
I don't want to. I'm not gonna go out of my way to make people feel uncomfortable. But I don't give a shit if they're there or not.
No, I don't. What I mean is, when you see, if you really,
No.
you're not going to be that guy.
No, I don't care.
Really,
I don't care. You want to look at a comic book about Powerpuff Girls? Go ahead. You want to look at a comic book about two guys fisting each other? I don't care.
Mr. Fister.
In stores.
Shameless plug.
November 21st. Get your copies now online.
Make sure to tell your shop to pre-order.
Don't miss his cousin, Sister Fister.
No, they've got this great series, Mr. Fister.
Yeah, we have
we
have a franchise.
We have an entire
Mr. Fister,
Son of Fistenstein,
House of Fistenstein, Ghost of Fistenstein.
Shut up and fist me.
Yeah. Shut up and fist me.
You're welcome. I'm glad that we have that on record now, so like when it comes out in the future, I can be like, I made that shit up first.
That's our intellectual property from the very beginning.
Like to Mr. Fister.
When I say do you like what we do with John? Like we try to give John as much stuff. But still, like you.
Watchmen. I think I gave him the Watchmen, didn't I?
Yeah, Watchmen. We've recommended movies. Like you watched Zardoz because of us.
Zardoz was great. Not sober. I'm not going to say drunk, but I'm not going to say
altered.
But sober.
But no, like I as a fan of what I like, I feel an innate responsibility to try to be the best fan as possible.
If I'm close enough to them, yeah. But I mean, if I just see somebody in a store, I'm not going to be like, dude, you should totally buy that book. It's great. It's amazing. I'm just going to fucking leave them alone. But like, I mean, if somebody I know,
I ask for suggestions.
Yeah, well, I mean, but like, I mean, if I work with somebody and they're like, I really like that Avengers. Well, if you liked Avengers, why don't you try Zardoz? It's basically the same. and just get the hate stares when they come back to work.
I want you to fucking connect those dots of how you got things. But no, like a perfect example. Like the Brian, the guy that runs Geekopolis, is an amazing comic shop owner, mainly because not only does he get your pull list, but he'll walk with you through the wall and recommend things that he thinks that you will enjoy based on your pull list. Cut to, I can't remember where this was, but there was this big fucking controversy recently that when Pretty Deadly came out, the comic shop owner made a show of saying that this book is so bad it doesn't deserve to be on the shelves, and ripped it up in front of his fucking customers. Not only that, but some of his cashiers, and when you bring books up to buy them, yeah, he'll say, I'm saving you money, and he'll take books out of your pull list. Eric Stevenson, the owner and publisher of Image Comics, got books taken out of his pile because that Randall fucking Graves wannabe decided that he was the gatekeeper between him and so-called bad comics. That's just you being not only a bad fan, it's you being a shitty person.
Yeah.
That's something that I feel like I should stand up against. Like that's something we need to have a discourse about, because that's doing nothing but driving people.
Didn't it get shut down?
Running to it's still open. That is still an open, thriving shop, because people love shit like that. People go there specifically for that guy, for the guy ripping up comics, for the guy fucking putting post-it notes on phonograms saying that it was the worst.
Shit on?
Basically, yeah.
Are they German?
There are some neckbeards out there. There are some fucking neckbeards out there that thrive on that shit. Most of the people that place by the base is stocked with motherfuckers that will just judge you hook, line, and fucking sinker about all the shit that you buy. That's ridiculous. It's doing nothing but just driving people away from the medium that you love more than anything, and saying, I'm never going to pick up a fucking comic because of those assholes. Like, that's something that I feel like we should have a discourse about. That's something that needs to be called out immediately.
Yeah. Well, you got Geekopolis. This is a fantastic environment.
On Midwestern Parkway, behind Five Guys. Sorry, that was a stupid bit.
Wall to wall with.
I don't know. I feel like it's as a fan, you have a certain amount of responsibility against assholery, against people that are
take a stand.
Yeah, like there are certain things that need to be there are certain things that need to be addressed. Like you can't just turn a blind eye to stuff like that, because it's just, not only is it turning away potential fans, but it's turning away like potential creators. It's turning away people from a medium that they could possibly really thrive in, and it's a shame.
Mm-hmm.
It will always.
You're not even listening.
It will always. He is.
I'm listening to you, cocksucker.
Oh, wow.
Do you think that every time you go to see the psychiatrist, he's like, please, I'm all ears. Yeah, he's sitting there doodling on his pad about how fucking weird you are. But he's hearing everything.
Just drawing little like Cthulhu monsters, like eating my dick or something.
Oh yeah, I bet if you did play football, your dad would love you. But those years have passed, so it's time to move on. No, but I mean, and that's what I wrote. I wrote true. Okay, I wrote what is a true fan. They don't hate. They don't hate. They don't hate other fans or other fandoms, and that happens way too much.
Yeah.
Like you see people like hating on like Star Trek, Aquaman. People hating on like Star Trek fans, hating Star Wars fans, and vice versa. Dude, you're both not getting laid. Just shut up. Like, I mean, who cares? I mean, you're both in the same boat.
You're both in the same pasty.
Why argue about who's getting less pussy? Like,
I think we've lost our girlfriends over there.
But
They don't look happy with us.
well, and it's because once again, like in anything, it's about equality, not superiority.
Yes,
It's
very
not-
much.
It's not about. You don't want. I mean, like, because I mean, you see it on Tumblr all the time. Once again, Tumblr's jaded everybody's perspective. But like, you see people bashing on these subcultures, and like, oh, fuck Sherlock culture, all about Whovian culture, and it's like, you're all nerds.
It benefits no one. Yeah, it benefits absolutely
You
no
all
one.
get high off the paint from the model set, so just shut up and get along.
What's a Whovian?
Doctor Who
Doctor
fan.
Who fan.
Doctor Who fan.
Yeah.
I'm proud of the fact that I didn't know what that was till just now.
Fuck you! No,
How dare you, sir?
That's an example of being a bad fan. That's
Here's how to be,
I just haven't gotten into it yet.
here's how to be
Maybe
a good
I'll
fan.
Give it a shot. Give it a shot.
yeah. Here's that being a good friend.
I'll give it a
Shrug.
Shoulder shrug, walk away. That's how to be a true fan.
I've tried to watch an episode. I just couldn't get into it. To each their own. To each
No,
their
yeah,
own.
that makes sense.
I'll get something and get it into you.
we have a couple of questions this time, and I figured this. We're coming into to the tail end of the episode, so we're going to go ahead and get to our questions now. I'm going to pose. I don't know if I want to make this a recurring bit.
Only on Tuesdays, but I mean, when I have to reach under to grab it, wait, what were you gonna ask?
So 4 inches, but it's thick.
Yeah.
I want to. We don't have 3. We have 2 this time, and based on the amount of you just do it twice and then you stop. You don't.
That was twice.
You don't do. Wow! I'm so glad we don't record this anymore. We have 2 questions this time. I was going to propose that
I say yes.
we each do.
Spend our lives
We each try to do Larry King game going into them. Because I don't want to be the only. I don't want to be the only one doing Larry King game, so that people be like, "Fuck that guy for doing Larry King game." I want us all to now be in that boat to do Larry King game. I'm proposing it to
All
you.
right, yeah, I'll try it. Yeah,
I'm in.
yeah.
Okay, so do you want to do the first one? I'll tell you the guy's name, and then I'll read the question, but you have to give me a Larry King game. Is that fine, John? I'll explain the rules of Larry King game again. Larry King game is when after Larry King gets out of an interview, he always says a non sequitur that makes no sense whatsoever.
It's like Jerry Springer.
And then takes a call. Yeah, it's very much like Jerry Springer. The only stipulation is it has to be it could be an actual interview that he was doing. So like you say a celebrity, like they've got a book out, they've got a movie, and then you say a goofy non sequitur. Then go into the question. The guy, it's at SuperMatt23. Our friend Matt Ledesma. I'll read the question. You just give the name. So here,
So I give the name, the non sequitur, and then go into
yeah,
it.
like the celebrity name, what they're promoting, the non sequitur. I'm so fucking excited about this. The celebrity name, what they're promoting, non sequitur. The Jared, Matt Ledesma from Poughkeepsie. We're taking her call. You have to take a call.
Do you want to go, or do you want me to?
Yeah, do you want to go, or do you want to see Matt do it?
Well,
And then you
Matt
can
go
jump.
once.
Yeah, it's at SuperMatt23.
Okay.
I'll read the question.
That's right. Rose McGowan once again promoting her book, Just How Obscure Am I? You know, in Lake Ontario, there's night fishing there, but I always went during the day and I never had a problem at all. Matt from Poughkeepsie. You're on Larry King.
God damn it! That's the best decision our show has ever made. Is Larry King game? Oh God. Okay. It says at Mal Allen Sports.
Okay.
What qualifies a true fan? Nerd culture is becoming mainstream. What separates a casual fan from a true fan? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's
attitude.
Yeah, it's genuine interest in what you love, and that's it. Like it's just I think putting that barrier there is part of the problem. I think like I said before, the elitism is the thing that's replacing your love for whatever you love. Would you agree or disagree? Good decision, guy. Good discussion, guys. I'm glad we got to the bottom of that.
I thought we were still on him.
No, he wanted me to write down the rules for Larry King game.
He delved into that a little bit.
Okay, so Matt asked, what makes a true fan? And yeah, it's attitude. I mean, you don't want to, and like that's what I wrote down here. You don't ostracize people just because they don't know as much as you do.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I saw it. And on the story that I wasn't able to finish, which I'm not blaming anybody.
That was a little passive aggressive. Come on, you can own up to that. That was a little passive aggressive.
No,
Sorry.
I went into Wizards as a kid and I saw the little miniatures and they were painted.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, these are really cool. My
that'd be like right up your alley.
And I was like, oh, these are really cool. And I just literally got disinterested, like looks from the people. And I was like, how much are these? And they're like, those aren't for sale. Those are the models. You have to paint them yourself. And I was like, eat a dick. I'm never coming back to this goddamn store again. And that never happened.
Yeah, that's a normal human response to that. Like that's the worst.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we've got another bit now. John,
Okay.
do you want to take a crack at this?
Yeah, let me take a crack.
Because I do definitely want to try to just get our guests doing Larry King
I'm
game.
gonna go in with my mind blank and just see what happens.
Okay,
that's how I did.
it's Brandon from Wichita. So you actually that your caller is already lined out. You need a celebrity, what they're promoting, non sequitur. Brandon from Wichita. That's okay. Take your time.
Danny DeVito announced his new line of body lotion earlier today, and we wish him all the best.
Hang on, hold it.
Yeah, as a child, I used to love combing the tobacco fields and getting a nice little buzz off of what I could find chewing off the stem there. And Matt from Kansas City, what do you got?
Holy shit! God, Danny DeVito, but it's just hair. It's just hair. It's not even lotion. It's just
like 2 square feet of hair.
Bottle of hair.
There's not much there.
Okay. All right. This Brandon from Wichita. Lovely guy. Worked with him at the Backdoor Theater. This question makes absolutely no sense, but I'm hoping that reading it out loud might make it make
Brandon
sense.
from Wichita, what you got? I said Matt from Kansas City.
I don't care. Like, that's you. You fucking.
You were in there. You were in the
you
zone.
nailed it.
All
I
right.
don't care.
What do we
Okay,
got?
to answer any fan question, you must first ask yourself what it means to be a fan. And when that question has reached its no-holds-barred argument status, as geeks and nerds usually do, you can ask them, are you a super fan because you know the little insignificant villains or heroes that fight with or against your chosen one? Just for example, and off the top of my head, Firefly. Do you have right. That's a whole other fucking that's a can of biscuits. Just for example, and off the top of my head, Firefly. Do you have to be a super fan to know that guy? Parentheses stupid video game. In parentheses question mark. Or is it being a super fan something more of a personal aspect, i.e., chosen one means this much to me because of X and Y in the past? See, these are the questions. These are the questions.
Okay.
Indeed, these are the questions.
I want to know where Brandon got the mushrooms that he was fucking chewing whenever he asked this goddamn question, because they are amazing.
I want to go through this point by point.
You fucking have to, I think.
Okay, I think what he's saying is that nerds love to argue with themselves.
Yes, it's always a very point counterpoint.
And he's saying what makes, but it's just like it's, and I'll you know what? Fuck it, we'll bring up religion. If you believe in the Christian philosophy,
stay with us, guys.
no, if you believe in the basic Christian principles.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ is the one true Son of God. He died on this earth, was resurrected, went to heaven, and because of that, you get in.
Mm-hmm.
That's the basic. Am I wrong or am I?
No.
Okay, so then you have a lot of people that believe that. Then you have the elitists that think, well, if you're not Southern Baptist, we're not going to let you in.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you haven't read the Book of Mormon, you're not going to pass the test. Like, there's that elitism on people that all believe the exact same thing.
Do we want to dive into this can of biscuits?
I'm literally.
No, he's about to dovetail.
No. I'm flipping right back out because it's that same philosophy. You have nerds that are super elitist that are like, you can't come up to the parapet where I'm at because I belong here because I've been through so much and I know everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have like you have the wider population where it's like, hey, everybody's welcome here.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's becoming the more norm, like I said, because I think the elitists are agoraphobes and they're just hiding inside caves.
And it just seems like if it's only the chosen few, if it's only the people that have been reading for years and years and years, it's gonna die on the vine. Like there's no new ideas, there's no new a set of interests coming into it. So it's just gonna be a bunch of just wizened assholes just going like, weren't those?
I'm picturing like the old smoking clubs from like England in like the 1800s.
Yeah,
just a bunch of blowhards.
Just rabble.
Get that?
Yeah, it's just it benefits no one. All right, it's the unruly crowd that we had are starting to stamp their feet to get us out of here.
I have not eaten.
Thank you. Thanks once again to Jon Hartman for being our guest. It's always a pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
Always a pleasure to have you on the show, sir. You can check us out. We have a YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and search Alan Moore's Porch. You can listen to this episode, plus all of our episodes prior to this. You can also find us on Twitter at Alan Moore's Porch. Send us emails at Alan Moore's directly to. Did you just fart? Was that a giant fart?
Was that?
Oh, great! Oh, that's any sort of note to end a show on. It's a giant fart. That sums up our careers pretty deftly. I fucking hope it did. And if it didn't, I'm gonna pick through this thing with a fine-tooth comb and magnify it. You can email us. You can email us directly at Alan Moore's Porch, all one word, at gmail.com. Find us both on Facebook and at Twitter at Alan Moore's Porch, all one word. One more. What's
It's like a duck falling off a washboard.
One more time. I am Justin Partridge for my co-host Rocky Turner. Thank you all very much. Good night and good luck.